things that I just mentioned are the things that happen to other tentacle nations before their fall.
That was a CPAC speech by our friend Dr. Benjamin Carson. He is the head, I don't know officially what your position is, the head of pediatric neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins University, but soon to retire and run for office, right, sir?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to run for office, but for sure I'm retired in 100 days.
Oh, man, that's unbelievable. People that have heard you on this show or have seen you on my television show, they talk about, I get stories about what a gifted surgeon you are. I mean, you're like one of the top in your class.
Yeah, but, and I've been very blessed and privileged, and the reason that I chose neurosurgery is because I analyzed my gifts and talents, and I felt that I was particularly well suited for it. But, I realized that as one gets older, one can spend one's entire time doing one thing until one starts to deteriorate, and maybe somebody gets hurt, or one can say, you know what, let's move on.
And so, was this a hard decision for you?
No.
You were ready to go. I'm listening to your speech, and I know that I first interviewed you after the National Prayer Breakfast, and I was like, all right, where did this guy come from? I mean, because I was instantly, I gravitated towards your message and everything that you said, everything from your faith to your belief in government, education, things like balancing the budget. You've now taken it a step further in the CPAC speech, because everything you said that we just played, this country is being pitted one against another, the division, those that are ridiculed that maybe maintain or cling to their guns and religion or their morality are made fun of, the financial devastation we're now experiencing, record debt, etc. You're describing what you would do to destroy the country, and you're saying this is what the president's doing.
I'm not saying that's what the president's doing. I'm saying that's what's happening in our country. To be fair, it started before he came along. He's accelerated the process, no question about that. And I think this is something that most Americans recognize. Many won't admit it. The very fact that we have large factions of people who say, well, $16, $17 trillion debt, that's not really that big a problem. On the basis of what experience are they seeking? Who would they know who's ever had a debt like that?
No country has accumulated this debt. None.
Of course not. So that's purely speculation when they say that. It's not even logical speculation.
Wow. Why do you think that most people don't have the sense of urgency that clearly you and I have?
Well, in my case, as a pediatric neurosurgeon and someone who's dedicated a large amount of my time and effort to young people, I am terribly concerned about the quality of their future. And, as I see it just dwindling away and recognizing that in the past we've had such an ironclad determination not to pass on debt, and all of a sudden it's like out the window. It's like we're a different nation, we're different people, and we're going to have a different outcome if we continue down that pathway.
Well, this is the fear that I have, and this doesn't really impact me, and I've got to imagine after a long career of saving people's lives and a delicate and very difficult work you do, that you've done pretty well for yourself, right?
It would be very easy for me to put my feet up and play golf for the rest of my life.
Okay, same with me. I can't do it because I'm looking at what I believe is the potential. We're ripping out the foundation of the country. I just don't. I can't do it.
I can't either. I can't in good conscience do it. And I hope more and more Americans will wake up. I've been encouraged by the fact that, a lot of Democrats, a lot of liberals have come up to me and said, I resonate with what you're talking about, and, I want to support you in anything that you're doing. Because we have to recognize, I'm an independent, you're an independent or Republican, but we need to realize...
I'm a conservative. I'm a registered conservative.
If there were such a thing, I would be one of those too. But all of us, regardless of our stripe, need to recognize these common physical things and deal with them. We all know that we are destroying our future. And you have to be almost an idiot not to be able to see that.
Yeah, but the left likes to portray people like me as just fanatical. All I keep saying is we can't continue a generational theft. I want us to live within our means and balance our budget. I don't think that's far radical, do you?
Well, I am starting to feel a little bit of what you feel because, I haven't advocated anything horrendous either. And the only thing that some people can do is call you names. They can't really argue with what you're saying, so they call your names. It's so infantile, I just hope at some point we can move beyond that and have intelligence.
I don't think we can, because it starts from the top down. I mean, one of the reasons I've become a little bit of a broken record at one point, because I think nobody else will do it, so I feel the need to just explain it. When the president, for example, during sequestration went on his Armageddon and the world is going to fall apart tour, And he said, oh, we're either going to cut poor children or disabled children. He actually said that. And then he said, their plan, meaning Republicans, is for dirty air and water.